What does it take to create a film like EFC? It takes a lot of patience. It takes an unshakable commitment to see it through from concept all the way to the very end, fruition, when it's screening for the first time in front of an audience. With that, you need a phenomenal team. There's so many components, so many elements involved in the filmmaking process. It's impossible to get to the end result or the end goal and have a good product that you could be proud of without that team and without that support. As far as EFC, our team was fantastic. Every single person on a team probably was juggling a few different roles, but because we were more of a lean team, that just gave us a lot of flexibility in terms of being able to pivot when we needed to, and just move at a much quicker speed than normal productions would. Movies like EFC, independent films like this, usually always have all the same constraint, the same challenge with budgets. Budgets become obviously a huge factor in any production. And for the most part, it's really easy to sometimes lose the story you're trying to tell because some of these constraints. So it's really important that you prioritize exactly what you need to do to move the story forward. Because in doing that, that's how you get to a point where you have more of a thoughtful type of a compromise and still maintain or preserve the essence of the story you're trying to tell. One of my favorite moments on set, solely because it's a perfect example of the collaboration effort of many to achieve one specific thing. On our set on this particular day, we were challenged by weather conditions, and we were just in a position where we could not shoot because our studio was -0. So a lot of challenges to overcome on that day. We had 6 pages of a scene we needed to shoot with 4 actors. We didn't know how we were going to do it. We got together, the crew and the actors. The actors said, hey, we're here to work. Let's do this. Let's figure out a way to do it. And between everybody, we came to this point where we said, hey, we're going to shoot a tracking shot, which probably may rank in the top 30 in terms of length in cinema history when it's all said and done. And we took the 4 actors. We did one long tracking shot with 6 pages of dialogue in one take. It's one of my favorite scenes in a film, and that was a perfect example of when everybody just came together. We collaborated, had a plan, we did it, it was executed, and we knocked it out of the park. And to this day, it's still one of the things I remember the most about the production. The fight rehearsals were great. The women were so excited just to be able to do what they were preparing to do. With every Canadian independent production, there are stories, and usually the stories start with, and the weather. Well, for us, we were no different. It came time to go to set. Everybody was prepared, and we got faced with one of the worst winter storms in Canadian history. Apparently, the type of storm that hit us hadn't been seen in this country for maybe 4 or 5 decades. It was so bad. Fuel supply got disrupted. Our studio, we had the HVAC system going down. We had heating problems. We had all types of issues. Everybody was on set, but we couldn't shoot because of the weather conditions. As a matter of fact, it was colder inside our studio than it was outside, and where we were getting a little desperate. And I had to turn away and said, hey, we're running out of time. We're probably going to have to cut a lot of these fight sequences down maybe by half. We're going to have to lose half the fights. Shortly after that, I think everybody got together made the decision, hey, let's make a go at this. It's either do or die. We're either going to do this right now or we're going to die trying. And the women ended up going into the cage, rapid speed, hitting hard. They had to adapt to what was rehearsed.